Sir,
Sir, you are being muted.
Can you hear me, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry for that. Mr. Sanjay, you understand Sanjay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Harvignesh, he's there?
Yes, sir.
Nimesh, do it. So iron is more reactive than copper. So that is why it will undergo displacement reaction. So what will happen? Iron will start slowly reacting. That's all it is. Okay. So finish it fast. With this short answer questions over. Remember short answer questions itself which looks like a long answer question. Then imagine the long answer questions. Okay. Next. A non-metal A, long answer questions. A non-metal A, which is the largest constituent of air. From that itself, we can understand. Largest constituent of air. It is what? Everybody. Nitrogen. That is why I say understanding question is more than anything. When heated with H2 in 1:3 ratio, in the presence of catalyst ion, again chapter number 1, in the presence of catalyst ion, formation of what? Yes, ammonia. We'll get a gas ammonia. That's all, first equation. So till here you complete it. Nitrogen gas A reacting with the hydrogen. That is what, when we heated with the hydrogen, in what ratio? 1:3 ratio. That is what balancing equation will gives you 2 moles of night ammonia gas, NH3. Am I right or wrong? That is what B. Is it okay, guys? Everybody? 1:3 ratio. 1:3 ratio is also matching or not? Balancing equation verified. You have to do it. I am not. All of you understand? So B will come. On heating with O2, it gives an oxide C. Yeah, start heating. This is the first time you people will write this equation. Anybody? On heating with O2, it gives an oxide C. Start doing, everyone. NH3 gas react with the heating. That is what? On heating with the O2, which will gives you oxide C. If this oxide is passed into water in the presence of air, it gives an acid D, which acts as a strong oxidizing agent. By using a strong oxidizing agent, I'll say, what is that acid? The acid which is one of the strong acid. Yes, please.
nitric acid.
I'm 100% sure the same question will come in exam also. Even 10 people out of you all, 10 people also cannot able to answer. That is the understanding capacity of this question. It is not one. Do you understand, everybody? How many things are combined? Please make sure. Very, very interesting question and very big question. Ordinary people cannot be. Those who wants to sleep, those who want to enjoy, never, impossible to solve this question. I'll challenge anybody. So every word has a meaning. Even I don't know C, but I identified D. Am I right or wrong? Everybody? You understand what I'm saying? That is the knowledge you must have. Otherwise, it is not at all going to be happen. Impossible to answer this one. Let us see that. Now, formation of HNO3. What is the equation? Anybody can tell me? Formation of HNO3. Because strong oxidizing agent. I found it. It is a strong oxidizing agent, which is D. But now C, we don't know. What is C? I don't know. Let us see, all of you. So nitric acid formation is with, you can see the equation also. Nitrogen dioxide gas reacting with the water. Acid rain. I have taught you this. Do you remember, everybody? Balancing equation. 4NO2 plus 2H2O plus O2. O2 is also there, which will gives you HNO3. What HNO3? 4HNO3. So this is what it is. But well, this is the formation of nitric acid reaction. Am I right or wrong? Verify your notebooks. 4NO2 plus 2H2O plus O2 gives you 4HNO3. So nitric acid is only called as strong oxidizing agent. At least I can identify D and A and B. C I don't know. So C is only what actually? Nitrogen. Everybody.
Dioxide.
Nitrogen dioxide. But the complication here, such a twisting question. They are saying in the presence of catalyst ion gives a gas B. This on heating with O2, a gas gives on heating with O2, it gives an oxide C. But this oxide will never come directly. Do you understand, Harish? So if you heat it with the O2 in the presence of catalyst again, you will get nitrogen monoxide gas. Nitric oxide will come. You will get not nitrogen dioxide. You will get what, everybody? Nitric oxide will come, plus you will get water. That water is also in vapor state. Now this nitric oxide further reacting with oxygen, then only it will form what? Everybody? Nitrogen dioxide. That is what we used to call as C. Do you think it is an easy question? Metakshri, understand? Clear?
Yes.
So very, very complicated question. None of you can guess even what is happening. Extremely practiced. Unless you practice extremely, you cannot make this question. Imagine everybody. So how tough it is. Okay, but at least C is also identified, but reaction is wrong. Reaction, unless you have a complete knowledge, you people impossible to make it. That's why I'm stressing this much. See that nitrogen dioxide we are not getting directly. We are getting first nitric oxide. Further oxygen supply only, it will turn into nitrogen dioxide. Clear, everybody? Understand, Amma? Hello?
Yes.
That is. So very, very complicated. Please write every equation. Totally how many equations for this question? 4 equations. Equation 1, equation 2, equation 3 and equation 4. This is the final equation. So where we have? So A is what? N2. B is what? Everybody. NH3. Ammonia. C is what? NO2. And D is what? HNO3. Okay. So that is what you have to remember. And to which group a periodic table does this non-metal belongs to? Which group? Which group, guys? Nitrogen family. Nitrogen family, which group? 15th group. Verify it. Okay, solve it. Mark this question. Impossible to solve. I will challenge, even if I erase now, 50% or 70% people cannot answer this. Even the same question I ask evening also. I'll challenge evening, I'll ask some people. I'll see how many of you able to answer. That is the difficulty level. But where we are standing, that's why I say always, you realize, unless you realize, things will never change. Finish it fastly. Understand, Metakshri? Anything doubt in this question, ask me. Mr. Harish Eras, Harish, Pugal. Yes, Harish, you know that these equations are.
Yes, sir.
We have written in classwork. Check it. Chapter 1. Formation of nitric oxide. We have written or not verified. Chapter 1. Formation of nitric oxide. Chapter 1. Verified. You have written or not?
Yes, sir.
Whatever you write only, you'll be experience it. But everything you cannot study in the same chapter. So what we studied previously also, it might be repeating. You can check it, everybody. So that's what I'm saying. Unless you have a continuous knowledge, interconnectivity between the chapters, it is impossible to make. If you are learning first time also, please make sure you have to learn these equations. Okay. So it's extremely important equations. Completed this question, everybody? Please make it fast. Next question. Give the steps involved in the extraction of metals of low and as well as medium reactivity from their respective sulfide ores. So medium, low and medium. So directly you can go to the textbook and you can solve this question. So there is a steps is involved. The flow chart will be there. Am I right or wrong? All of you? Yes, please. The flow chart you can proceed it. Okay. So if it is the moderately reactive metals, what we will go, guys? If it is a sulfide ores, they're asking sulfide ores. So sulfide ores means first we'll go with the what? Roasting. Right? Nga? So roasting will goes. After that roasting, will undergoes what? Reduction. Then purification. Okay. Refining. That's what it is. You proceed it. Okay. All of you. Next. Explain the following. Reactivity of aluminum decreases if it is dipped in HNO3. Am I right or wrong? Because HNO3 is the what? Strong oxidizing. Everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So only two metals, the rate of reaction increases. What is that? With HNO3, only manganese and magnesium. Remaining all, the rate of reaction keep on decreases because it is a strong oxidizing agent. So that is why it will give you what? Nascent something. What it will gives you, guys? Nascent oxygen. And aluminium combines with that nascent oxygen and it will form a inert layer. Can you tell me what is the inert layer, everybody? That in nascent oxygen, aluminum will react. What is an inert layer will form? Which is corrosion resistant aluminum oxide. So please write it. So when HNO3 is reacting with aluminum, the rate of reaction will decreases because at the beginning nascent oxygen will be released. So because of strong oxidizing agent, this is a strong oxidizing agent. So it will produces nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen react with aluminum and it will form a protective layer. What is that, guys? React with aluminum and it will form a inert layer is called as aluminum oxide. Is it okay, everyone? Please respond, all of you. Yes, so that is the reason. So this aluminum oxide is an inert layer which will never continue the further reaction. So that is why rate of reaction will decreases. Okay. Next, carbon cannot reduce the oxides of sodium and magnesium. Why? Carbon cannot reduce the oxides of sodium and magnesium. Anybody?
Sir, because carbon is less reactive than.
Yes, sodium and magnesium are, you have to use a word called as affinity, electron affinity. Third chapter, first paragraph itself, it will come. Affinity word, you might be finding this word. Am I right or wrong? So, they have greater affinity for oxygen than carbon. They have greater affinity for oxygen than carbon. I think you find the word called as affinity. Where you find? Anybody? Page number, please. I found it, but I forgot the page number. Affinity means reacting nature. I have given you the meaning also. Am I right, everybody? Recently only we have found it. You can see that. So sodium and magnesium having greater affinity towards to oxygen other than carbon. That is the reason. Next, NaCl is not a conductor of electricity in solid state, whereas it does conduct electricity in aqueous solution as well as in molten state. Why? Everybody? In solid state, no free ions. Understanding? In solid state. So that is why once it will melted, molten state or aqueous state, if you want to conduct the electricity, you need what? Everybody? All of you. You need ion. Understanding? So in solid state, the ions cannot move. That is what? No free ions. No free ions or ions cannot move. Ions cannot move in solid state. So that is the reason it will never conduct electricity. That is why we studied all ionic compounds. when they will conduct the electricity, property of ionic compounds, everybody, when they are in which state? Either molten state or aqueous state. Understanding? Aqueous state only, they will be conducting the electricity. Even molten NaCl and aqueous NaCl, two famous equations we have done. Anybody can tell? One of the famous equation, aqueous NaCl. Second chapter also will come. Aqueous NaCl. It is a reaction of something we used to call it as chlor-alkali process.
Alkali process.
Understanding? For production of caustic soda, that is what? Chlor-alkali process. Which one? Aqueous NaCl. So why solid it is not conducting electricity? Because it does not have free, it cannot, ions cannot move freely when it is in solid state. That is what you have to remember. Next, iron particles are galvanized. Why? Because zinc will form. Galvanization, we are using a molten zinc. So zinc is more reactive than iron, but zinc will form a protective layer. What is that? It will form a protective layer. What is that, guys? Yes, please. Zinc oxide. Okay, which is inert layer. Which is inert layer. That is why we will be quoted. Next, metals like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium are never found in their free state in nature. Because why? Because they are highly reactive in highly reactive metals. Okay, which form stable oxide and halides. Always form stable oxide and halides. That is the reason. Okay. So till here you finish it. 62, 63 and 3 more questions are there. 4 more questions that we'll discuss in tomorrow's class. 63, 64 and 65. Once it is over, then we'll go to the next concept. Okay. I hope you all understand, guys, how much importance. Each question has its own importance. Everything is very important only. See, one chapter, NCERT example, what are the 65 questions. So how many of you are able to solve without a help? After teaching, how many of you are able to solve? Before teaching, how many of you are able to solve? You question yourself. How much I am able to do? That is what. Unless if you show that importance, your things will never going to be worked out. So please understand that. Every question, what is the difficulty? Like this question, imagine, like this question will come in our board exam for 5 marks. Actually, it is a 5 mark question. Of course, if I will give, I will definitely give for 5 mark question. Write with the equations. Here they are not mentioned. They are just saying identify ABC alone. That's fine. A 1 mark, B 1 mark, C 1 mark, D 1 mark. I'll give it and this one 1 mark, 5 mark question. But if I mention complete in balanced equations, right? Mention the balanced equation also. Then for ABC, we are having 4 equations. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it not sufficient? One question is not sufficient to waste, like consume most of our time and make us to not to get the mark. Do you understand, everybody? So please make sure how much clear we have to be. Understanding vision is very important. Be forward always. Make sure unless you read the question, don't go for solving. That is my sincere request to everybody. Okay. So get back to work fastly. Already 6 o'clock. Get back to work immediately. No relaxation for anyone. If you're really interested, even today's class, if you want it, you can go and revise it so that it is better for you to solving well. Always make sure you're practicing. Don't get back to bed, everybody. Get back to work and prepare. Thank you, everybody. We'll meet tomorrow's class.